especially an undocumented immigrant, a lot of times you fall into these pits, I guess you could call them, where you start to question who you are and you start facing challenges with your personal identity. You start to ask yourself, where am I from? I came from one country, but I'm living in another. So yeah, that's the question for today's story time. Story time. Let's set up the chafa. The chafa what? The chafa setup. Overhead.
Let's go. Move. Move.
Ready. All my life, I've lived in one of two places. Coahuila, which is a Mexican state that borders Texas, and Texas. Here's my best rendition of both of those states. I'm sorry to both of them. Now, I was born in the state of Coahuila, and I lived there for the first 3 years of my life. And then I moved to Texas, and to this year, 2020, I've been living here for 23 years. Monclova, my birth town, and San Antonio, my hometown. Two different cities. One of 230,000 population, and the other of 1.5 million. Two different Edgars. Two different lives. But still one person.
We're at the Tower of the Americas.
The Tower of the Americas?
Yeah. We're above San Antonio.
You know that tower that I keep showing you in a lot of the videos? Well, we are on top of it. You can see the whole city from up here.
Caught me at the wrong time, no relying on me now if you can help it. Even at a good time, even on a better day, let's just shove it. Or maybe take it slowly, just know right now. Fight through all these feelings, just feeling what's real. Lost another day, talking who did what before, and who can help it. Had a couple friends tell me why this all should end, so let's just shelve it.
Why did they have to press that? There's like speakers around that's telling us the history of San Antonio, obviously leaving all the bad history out.
Or including it. Just like, oh yeah, they just slaughtered all the Indians. Next.
So the point of this story today is that, oh man, really?
There's so much noise.
You try it again. Okay, now we're back in the car, but the question I posed at the beginning of this story was, where are you from? Where am I from? It's something that as immigrants we have to battle with, sort of like an identity crisis. Where do I belong? Where am I from? And it sounds cliche, but it's just where you feel like it's home. And I've been in San Antonio for 20 plus years, and this is home. And all that matters now is where I'm going and what kind of impact I can have along the way. And even though San Antonio is home and I've gotten to know this city pretty well, there's still some things that I don't know about where I was born, Monclova. So here's some of that. So I made a big mistake. I guess I should have checked before starting a WhatsApp call and screen recording, because it was my impression that it would record both the video and the audio, but it only recorded the video. So this is my recollection of some of those answers that my family from Mexico gave me. Nosotros los monclovenses estamos hechos de acero. Cuando nos dicen que no, nosotros seguimos en adelante como que sí. While my distant uncle talked about AMSA, AMSA nos dio la oportunidad de poder mandar a nuestros hijos e hijas al colegio, y es una gran parte de la economía de Monclova, así como la cultura de Monclova. Maya began talking about some of her favorite food. En la plaza, ahí tienen las raspas, los yukis, y no se te olvide el cabrito. Mis favoritas memorias en Monclova son asociadas con los acereros de Monclova. Es el equipo de béisbol en Monclova, con un muy bonito estadio, y que hace unas temporadas ganaron el torneo de México. And we'll finish off with just one more. ¿No hay ninguna parte de Monclova que tú extrañas, aunque
Pues podría decir que la familia, porque pues aquí yo no tengo a nadie. Allá extraño la familia por reuniones, fiestas, convivencias, las jugadas de la lotería.
Take it slow.